social media, hot topics, our economy, technology, or interaction.
The Michael Garfield Show on the 950.
Be your superhero, even if I tumble fall. I'm okay. You know I need you desperately.
And now, the world according to Garf.
And we welcome you back. It's just after 12:50 in the afternoon on a beautiful Friday. It is the 1st of February. You know, every Friday right about this time, we have the wonderful, the lovely, the talented, the gurette, not the guru of everything real estate, Shannon Register. This is the Real Estate Rundown. Shannon, good to see you. Hey, first month is over. You happy about that?
I am very happy about it. Had a great real estate market. January was good. Very good.
And I want to talk about this thing. You know, we've done this for several weeks right now, and obviously you're a realtor. You got a number of different brokers. I mean, you know everything that's going on in not only the Houston market, the Texas market, but the trends going on, you know, around the country about buying homes, selling homes, and moving into homes. You know, we want the real estate market to do well, because if that does well, there's many other markets that does well. I was going to start, you said it was pretty good. Define pretty good. How was January? How do you determine? Is it number of houses sold, moved, the dollars? I mean, give me some of your factors.
Well, we have the Houston MLS, the multiple listing service, where we get our hard numbers from, our real data from. But I mean, just in general, just working and being out there in the public, you can tell how things are going. And, you know, the housing market is a driver of the whole economy. I mean, it's such a huge driving force. And so it's really nice to see that it's not only sellers are doing well, they're starting to increase, and their homes are increasing in value a little bit. You've still got buyers who are wanting to buy because the interest rates are low. Things are just going really well. And according to the MLS, we're in like the 14th consecutive month of increasing sales.
Let's do more. Let's keep it going.
I know.
I don't want to stop at 14. And you're right, because it's real estate is indicative of so many other industries.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, the realtors, then that goes to home builders, and that goes to the developers, and all the way on down. I used to do a ton of stuff with builders and developers, and obviously, you know, several years ago when things went down, obviously nobody was buying lots, nobody was building homes.
Right. And
so it's nice to see this continues to rise. Shannon Register, HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. Got a show Sundays, and I know you got one coming up this Sunday. We'll talk about this. You said January was good. Just because January is good, does that mean the rest of 2013 is going to be strong? Is that an indicator for the rest of the year? Is this an anomaly right now, this past month of January?
You know, I think that the market's going to continue to get stronger and stronger. And we've talked to a lot of research economists who really feel that things are getting better and better. And we've known for a long time that Houston's been coming out of the recession much faster than the rest of the country. And we continue to have more and more people moving to the Houston area. It's just a constant influx. And we kind of have our own economy here. I mean, it's pretty stable compared to the rest of the country as far as the housing market. And I think that's going to continue to happen. I think it's going to continue to be a great market. Moving into spring, I think we're going to see a lot of people selling their homes in spring.
Why? Just they want to get out of here?
You know, they've been kind of sitting on the fence for the few years, just kind of deciding, you know, they've been watching their values drop a little bit, and they've been just kind of waiting on the fence to see how things are going to turn out. And now that the values are going back up, they're ready to make a move. So I think we're going to see a lot of properties go on the market this spring. And that's a good thing, because right now we're low on inventory throughout Houston. We're at like 3.7 months of inventory. And on average, you know, we're 6 months. So, I mean, we're very low on inventory right now. Does that mean
it's a seller's market?
It means it is a seller's market, and it also means that, you know, the buyers don't have as much to choose from, so they're not as picky. Because before, when there was just flood of houses on the market, they could be super picky. They could demand things be fixed, that, you know, everything be the way they want it. And now the sellers are able to come back and say, hey, we've got multiple offers. We can pick which one we want. So
bottom line, if I want to sell my house, this could be the time right now.
Start moving that direction. That's right.
Goodness. I just put in another media room. Maybe I should be saving my money and moving into a new one. This straight from Shannon Register. She has a show every Sunday, HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. You know, we talk, Shannon, a lot about buying homes, selling your home. Talk about the rental market. How does that come into play with what you guys do?
You know, the rental market is really strong right now. A lot of people during the foreclosure crisis, a lot of people lost their homes to short sales and foreclosures. And so they can't purchase again for a few years. And even a few years from now, they may not be able to purchase depending on how they rebuild their credit. And so we have this huge influx of people needing rentals. There's this demand. And we had a lot of investors coming in and buying up the rental properties during the foreclosure crisis. So we have a really strong rental market right now.
If people are fluctuating right now. They've rented all their lives, but they've always wanted to buy. I have to assume you look at the mortgage, you look at the rates right now, which are pretty low. It's now that if you've always rented, is this probably one of the better times you've seen in a long time just to go ahead and suck it up and start buying something?
Yes, I definitely think you should buy because we're pretty sure that the rates are going to go up. We can't predict exactly when it's going to happen or how fast it's going to happen, but we know they're only going to go up. So, we've kind of passed the bottom and we're moving up already. Rates are already a little bit higher than they were. So, it's a good time to buy if you're going to buy. This is a great time to do it.
Speaking of a few minutes with Shannon Register, she has a show Sunday here on the 950. It's called HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. You can find that. This is the Real Estate Rundown. This Sunday, let's go ahead and talk about it. I know a lot of people, they're not worried about Super Bowl. They're tuning in to you. I know you're earlier because what time's your show, Era?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. So that time, listen, cocktails aren't even starting to flow yet. I mean, don't worry about the Ravens and the 49ers. It's all Real Estate Rundown.
That's right. Figure out what to do with your house.
there you go. Tell me what's going on this Sunday. Who's on your show?
This weekend we have a really great show lined up. We've got David Ellis from A&M. He's coming in to talk to us about transportation, what's going on with our infrastructure, because that affects our housing market. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot of new construction going on around all throughout the Houston area with our different road projects going on. So that he's got a lot of really great, interesting information for us. And then we have Ian Faria coming in. He is from Coates Rose Law Firm here in Houston, and he always brings a lot of really great insight for consumers. I mean, he's really into consumers and really being a consumer advocate for people who are buying and selling real estate and have, because sometimes you run into issues with that, So he's really great, has a lot of good information for us.
It's an interesting concept for radio because you've kind of mastered a few different industries over here. You've done this. You have so many brokers. I know you're in the Spring area. You got a gorgeous office, your own studio up there, and so you got real estate. You may have to just blow off the real estate stuff and just become the full-time TV radio personality. But the radio show itself, because I've done a weekend show for about 11, 12 years right now. Mine is very caller centric. I answer technology questions. Not only do you answer questions from consumers about things, you also have these industry guests. And if you think about it, real estate, you don't really think they're, what industry experts are you, but with the infrastructure, like you have your guy from A&M coming on. So you take it from a different aspect and you really put out very smart information.
Right. I mean, nobody wants to commute for 2 hours getting home every day, So, I mean, it's very important, to make sure that where you're going to live, figure out your commute times and make sure that you're not going to be on the road because you miss a lot of family time when you do that.
I've asked you this again. Is there a hotter spot of our listening here of Houston that people are moving into? I know we generally talk out west, Katy, because there's a lot of room to expand. Is that one of them? Where else is there?
There's all over Houston. There are pockets. The Woodlands continues to be a hot spot, even though it's almost built out. You've got the Exxon area that's growing now. You've got some really, really nice places in town that are revitalizing. They had the Modern Home Tour a few weekends ago, and really some really cool revitalization going on. Just lots of areas. I mean, even Cypress is growing. I mean, you've got a lot of areas of Houston that are growing. So no matter where you work and where you play, you can find a great place to live. Can you give me a good price on a deal in, say, Centerville? I pass it all the time. I stop at Woody's. It's exactly halfway between Dallas. It seems like the Woodlands and Conroe, we're going to expand halfway to Dallas, too. I know. We're moving that direction, right? Your license is for the state of Texas, so you can do that. I know. I was showing ranches this past weekend out near Brenham. If you need a realtor, I need a ranch. Come on. We actually should play around one of these days. Go take a look at it. Shannon Register, listen, as always, we thank you for stopping by and talking to us on the Real Estate Rundown Fridays for a few minutes on my show in preparation for your Friday, for your Sunday show, 1 o'clock this Super Bowl Sunday. Listen in, get all your information, and then go start drinking and then placing all your bets on the big Super Bowl. It's HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. People, you have a phone number? People want to hit you? I do. It's 281-882-8088. We'd love for you to call in with your real estate questions. James, my co-host, and I, we answer lots of questions that come in. Last week we had an appraisal question that we answered on the air. So love for people to call in, 281-882-8088. There you go. Well, listen, have a great Super Bowl weekend. Thanks for all some information, and I know I'll see you next Friday right here in the Real Estate Rundown. All right, we're at the top of the hour. We got one more hour here on a Friday. Open phone line, 713-212-5950. This is The World According to Garf.